Good morning, Cedar Park, and welcome back to the Wolfcast Live. Today is Wednesday, February 21st, and it's a B-Day. On today's show, Maddie Cooper has all of the details regarding today's 8th grade invaders.
Plus, on this morning's brief, learn more about a family YouTuber turned prisoner.
Also, catch what our Pack Chat hosts have to say about Donald Trump's new gold sneakers, followed by an all-new Pet of the Week.
Turn it up because the Wolfcast starts now. Good morning, Cedar Park, and welcome back to the Wolfcast. I'm Molly Pinkerton in for Kira Cox, and I'm here this morning with Austin Magaborski in for Reed Cummins and Lulu Lynch.
In the hallways today, you might see some new faces.
The 8th graders are coming in for their annual 8th grade invasion.
But a lot of preparation goes into the 8th graders' arrival. Reporter Maddie Cooper has more.
Thanks, Molly. Multiple groups within the school take action to make 8th grade invasion successful, including DECA, HOSA, PALS, and the APs. Assistant Principal Miss Back is in charge of organizing 8th grade invasion. She coordinates with band, cheer, Stuco, and other groups in the school to come perform and lecture the 8th graders. This year, there will be almost 600 incoming freshmen. Miss Back shares why 8th grade invasion is so important.
Making that transition from middle school to high school can be a very scary experience for 8th graders, and so the more that we can get them on campus and get them exposed to kind of how we do business here on campus on a daily basis reaps huge rewards when they get here next fall. It just makes it more seamless and easier for them to make that transition.
Ms. Back also coordinates with PALS to make sure the 8th graders feel properly greeted and welcome. PALS spent the 2 previous weeks making signs and getting organized for the invasion. PALS is in charge of making the 8th graders' time here fun as they lead games and tour them around the school. Here's Ellie Hart with her favorite memory from last year's invasion.
It was definitely one of the funnest parts. There was probably like 8 buses that just came in back to back, and we literally just stood at the front of the school and cheered them on as they came in. It was super fun, and you have higher energy that day.
PALS toured the incoming freshmen around the school. DECA and HOSA are stationed around the buildings to share important information with the 8th graders and answer questions. DECA President Danny Tran shares what she loves about introducing 8th graders to high school.
I love seeing their ambition from an early age. I think that they're coming in with like a brand new slate, so it's our job to kind of brainwash them a little bit into involvement in high school. So it's nice to just introduce them to little sneak peeks of CPHS.
When you see them in the hallways, make sure to wave hello and make them feel welcome. With CPHS News, I'm reporter Maddie Cooper.
Thanks again, Maddie. Remember, we will have students from Cedar Park Middle, Running Brushy, and Henry Middle School for the first time, so be prepared. We are excited to welcome some new T-Wolves to the campus.
Now let's go over Charles Corson with today's headlines and this morning's brief. Charles?
Thanks, Lulu, and good morning, Cedar Park. I'm Charles Corson here with this morning's brief. First, man accused of lying to FBI about Hunter Biden claims he was given misinformation from Russia. Alexander Smirnov was arrested last week for 2 charges of allegedly lying to the FBI that the 2 Bidens accepted $5 million from a Ukrainian energy company. According to the documents filed against him, these claims were false, as the defendant knew. On Tuesday, the judge ordered that he be released from custody on a personal recognizance bond. Next, 2 men have been charged with murder in Kansas Chiefs Super Bowl parade. At the victory parade for the Chiefs after the Super Bowl, a verbal altercation occurred and gunfire broke out, killing 1 and injuring 20 others. The defendants were identified as Dominic M. Miller and Lindell Mays. The men are both charged for secondhand murder and unlawful use of a weapon, with their bond held at $1 million. Finally, former YouTube family blogger sentenced in a child abuse case. In a months-long case, Ruby Franke, social media creator and mother of 6, was sentenced to 4 1- to 15-year terms in prison. In an audio recording of the trial, Franke apologized to her children, claiming she was in a, quote, dark delusion, end quote, isolating her from anyone who challenged her. So do y'all think this apology is genuine?
No.
Yeah.
I saw a TikTok, her like son wasn't allowed to eat or sleep or drink water, and then like now he's free and he's living his best life.
Like, I'm sorry, but how are you doing that to your kids?
Exactly.
How are you doing that to anybody? But especially like,
I don't think any apology of that, like, I don't think anything she can do at that point is gonna justify whatever
I
she
saw
did.
a video that was posted by like one of her sisters that was like, it was just like her side of things, and it really illuminated me on the story.
yeah, I just feel like that's not okay at all.
Exactly.
It never will be, so I just feel like anything that you say, like,
Can't really
dark
make up for
delusion,
it.
okay, but you still did it. Exactly.
I agree. There's no excuse.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Charles. Up next, an all-new Pack Chat right after this break.
Welcome back to the Pack Chat, or Student Voice Opinion segment. I'm your host, Millie Suarez, joined by co-hosts Austin Makaborski, Molly Pinkerton, and guest Christy Tabor as we discuss this week's most trending topics. Let's get started. First, the woman who is charged with murdering famous singer Selena is speaking out to share her side of the story, and it's causing controversy among fans of the Latin icon. Yolanda Salvador says she is ready to share her truth in a two-part docuseries. This series includes interviews with prosecutors, the hostage negotiator, police detectives who are on the scene, and of course Yolanda herself, who's behind bars. She will be eligible for parole in 2025, while hardcore Selena fans argue she should not be supported in her intent to, quote, set the record straight. So, do y'all think spotlighting Yolanda is disrespecting Selena's memory?
I don't know if it's disrespecting it, but I think like we could have done it in like a different way of not like highlighting Yolanda, but
I would agree.
Recognizing.
That's a good point.
I think like maybe like, you know, of course there's two sides to every story, and I do think that's really important for anyone to just get their side out, and not necessarily that doesn't make it valid. I don't think that, you know, I can understand the fans, but also I understand why she's trying to get her story out, even if it's regardless of whether it's justified or not.
Yeah.
Okay, I also, I think people think it's disrespectful because it's like, they don't want Selena to look bad in their eyes, so it's
True.
like they don't want to hear the bad parts.
I feel like it's
that's a really good
unfair
point.
because she is dead. So like Yolanda could really say anything.
Exactly.
And Selena's not there to defend
There's no
herself.
defense, yeah.
But obviously her fans are gonna, stay true to
Defend her
Selena.
for her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone's really gonna, take sides with Yolanda
Exactly.
at all.
Yeah, I would agree.
Next up, the mother of an 11-year-old girl is struggling with what she should do regarding her daughter's phone usage as it is hindering her social status. This mom's curious kid started a text chain with a few friends at a new school and started to discuss subjects their mothers did not approve of while using some minor language. Even though this mom has done all she can restricting her daughter's phone usage, the other moms still meet her with judgment and refuse to let their kids be friends with hers. So, are the other moms overreacting by banning their friendships?
So I really feel for this girl and her mom. I feel like they're treating them so unfairly over just a group chat that's kind of like normal
It's kind
teenage
of innocent,
behavior.
yeah.
I feel like every kid is gonna have a group chat like that. Like I feel like they're like teenagers, like they're
And she's
children,
11,
they're growing up.
Yeah, in the article she was just like, it was just like curious.
It's just like
innocent thing.
Everyone's gonna be curious
And it's
about
like,
that.
I feel like it's not fair because everyone was contributing. It wasn't just her, so it doesn't make sense for them to like not be friends with just her.
exactly.
Like it should be like a
the mom is like going crazy or something.
And the parents the kids are
doing
gonna
everything she can.
The kids are gonna be like friends no matter what the parents say, because if they're already like talking in a group chat, and it just
they're
feels
talking in real life.
I feel like
that's school.
whenever you can those are the punishments you give to like maybe an adult who knows like more, who is more mature in their thinking. But like these are kids that they can make mistakes. They're curious. They like learning things.
And they can learn together.
Exactly, and I feel like they're approaching it the wrong way.
Life lesson.
I would agree.
Finally, former President Trump launches his Never Surrender high top sneakers. Thinking of this plan for over 12 years, when the $399 shoes were sold out hours after launch at SneakerCon in Philadelphia, it took many sneakerheads by surprise. What made these high tops so compelling to his fans was that there are only 1,000 pairs released, as at least 10 were randomly autographed by Trump. So, would y'all buy them? And do you guys think he Why do you guys think he decided to launch this?
I would not buy them. I think they're ugly.
Really? Really?
Ugly. I don't know.
Would you buy them? Yes, I had them on. They look so cool. They have like the American flag on them. They're golden. Like I could just.
Too patriotic for me, I have to say.
I would never wear them anyplace dirty. I would probably just like keep them on a shelf.
No way you would keep them in a box.
They look so like easy to get dirty. They look so fragile. So like
I feel like you could like just wipe it off though.
Yeah, literally. I saw this
True.
when I first heard of it. It was like the stand-up comedian first talking about it, and he said that like the shoes will leave your ankles green. And I thought it was.
Is it real gold? Or like gold plated?
$99.
Yeah,
They better be
It
real
can't be
gold.
that much gold because gold is expensive.
Yeah, I don't think it's
I don't think
real,
definitely not like
real.
soft gold.
But gosh,
I don't
they
get
look
it.
nice. You don't think so?
Go for it, Austin.
Like they look cheap.
Yeah, I feel like maybe a little too
see 'em at
pricey,
Claire's.
but you know, we'll see. Hopefully, I'll get them thrifting one day.
All right, and that's all for today. But remember, T-Wolf Fact, there's always time to chat. We'll be right back after this break.
Now it's time for your pet of the week. This week we have Mina Dinesh's 7-year-old dog, Minchie. Minchie is a Ratchie who's very sassy. She will give you a side eye for anything that annoys her, even when she isn't in a bad mood. She is quiet and cute and cuddly. She mostly spends her time laying down around the house and cuddling with any guests that come over. She's also very afraid of plastic bags. If you would like your pet to be featured on Pet of the Week, direct message us on our Instagram account at CPHS News or tweet us a video and show us a short bio of your pet. And that's all we have today. Thank you and for taking us to join us during your den.
You can catch anything you missed and more on our X, YouTube, or TikTok at CPHS News.
Join us on tomorrow's to get more information on Bible Club with CPHS News.
I'm Austin Makaborski.
And I'm Lulu Lynch. Remember to make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. Have a warm Wednesday, Cedar Park.